is going to come out on top. 3, 2, 1. On board with ballin4life, going to get the Shaft Blue Mega. Not the Mega. Actually going to have to go for red if he wants a major item. ZorakWar's already here. Rocket's out and Rocket's ready. Ballin knows he's got him incredibly low.
And there it is. There was a little bit of a machine gun duel happening in warm-up mode, and I was like, oh man, I hope we get to see that in-game. Haven't seen that all day, and there you go. First machine gun frag of the day.
There it is. Ballin left with very little to work with, but he's making do. Big rocket. Some more damage from the high ground, but struggling to make anything stick. The MG comes out again. They're both so low. ZorakWar going to take the Mega. The red for Ballin, but unless you get some health, it's not worth much at all.
Ooh.
And, well, there you go.
Got it right there. Sometimes you just got to smack the pinata, and we got a tie game.
Simple as that. ZorakWar gonna find himself caught out again, but reacts well with a lovely couple of rockets there. Pincer as well. This man is looking on form, and I, for one, love to see it.
I mean, Zorak, I think, has shown the ability to turn on the aggression a little more consistently than Ballin. Ballin's definitely, I mean, he's made it this far. Obviously, he's had success. His success has been more getting on top of his opponent, controlling the map, you know, running them down war of attrition style. And Zorak right now is playing a little more attack-oriented than we even saw last match, and so far working out.
Yeah, he's got a game plan. He's executing wonderfully well at the moment. Taking all of these angles and, for the most part, finding his mark. Relentless with the pincer. This is the ZorakWar that I loved in Quake Live. And apparently I'm going to love in Diabotical all the same. Needs to hit this, otherwise he's given up a Mega, though. And things could come crumbling down for the boy. He's going to come up to this red, but he can't contest.
Yeah, he had him pinned in the corner, waited a split second, was looking for the angle, and needed to just wait that one more step. So actually a great job by Ballin not panicking. Well, speaking of which, there's the rocket bounce, the full combo in midair, finishes him off, and a nice consistent play there by Ballin, which is what we've seen all day from him.
Battered and bruised, though. Needs this Mega health. ZorakWar going to be over on the red. A trade of major items, and Ballin looking to set up for his upper blue. Some damage first, and, well, may have to vacate the premises. He will.
Yeah, I mean, he's taking a peek at red, but now he's just waiting for that teleport. I don't think he's going to get that shot that he wanted. He waited. He gave up just a little bit too soon.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Ballin that we've seen in this tournament. Very, very conscientious. Likes sure things. But apparently he's willing to jump through the smoke. Now, with an awkward fight for him, but it's going well. Mega there to buff him up, and looks like they'll both escape with their lives.
Yeah, he tried to follow up the shaft with that pincer to get the kill. If he could have chased him down, he maybe would have been able to take him down. I think he had 36 HP to Zorak at one point. But instead, he gets away, and that has sometimes been an issue for Ballin, is the methodical play can come back to bite him if he doesn't turn on his opponent when he needs to. So we do see a nice falling pincer shot there. Zorak going to be on the run, looking for that blue, gets it, and dropping shot after shot right now. His pincer aim last match was just out of this world. Started off this match red hot and still continuing to hit some key shots.
Absolutely. There is a bit of a lull in the action. The sort of lull that I think Ballin quite likes. You know, he's a simple fella. He wants very little trouble in his arena FPS games. He wants to be left alone, take his items, just, you know, a normal salaryman's life. That's what he wants.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he'd get himself a horse and start a farm on this map if he could, but instead he's got to fight Zorak off of it, and there is a Mega form, so that'll give him a good opportunity here. If he can force a fight, there's a shot over that blue, 85 damage pincer. And Ballin, just like that, takes Zorak all the way down to 63 HP, but Zorak answers back with a rocket and pincer of his own.
Ballin on the low ground, 90 damage pincer. Wants the 95, only needs 51. Zorak will fall, and Ballin with a real chance for a conversion frag here as well.
That was a tough one here. He was right by red, goes down though, but that's the risk you take when you're going against a pincer. He has the angle. Did he miss that
Yeah.
mega? Okay, that was that was interesting. Got a little ahead of himself. I thought maybe I was seeing things there, but sometimes that can work out. If it makes you a little bit less predictable, it throws the timing off if your opponent's doing some math. Sometimes a little misstep like that can be in your advantage.
So he now has 100 damage pincer, and it's an interesting thing, right? Because it changes how you want to use it. You want to go for a more certain shot so that you can retain the buff. Because it's gonna do wonderful things for you, like that. And it keeps going, ballin4life. And
yeah, that's the pincer that
like it's gonna be a long life.
200 damage. Finishing him off with the rocket. I thought we might see another machine gun chase down. This time a clean grab of that mega. Armor on top of it. And Zorak's going to be a little bit armored up, but how aggressive can he really be here at this point?
It's a difficult one. It's a very difficult one for ZorakWar right now. Let's get that red. Steals away some of the momentum, but slow Weeble used. Shaft out, good damage from Ballin. Maybe a little bit hasty here, or is he going to collect the frag? 93 damage. Once again, this upgraded pincer paying in dividends.
Yep, he resets it right there with a miss, but I mean, how many shots in a row is that? Was that 7, 8 shots in a row, just stacking up the damage? Twice in a row took him out on the red.
It's a lot of pincer. That's all I'm going to say. It's a disgusting amount. And hitting a direct rocket, that is insult to injury. ZorakWar. He's gonna...
Yeah,
I don't know, this must be a weird game for him, because it went so well at the start, and these last 6 frags have just been ugly for him. But he does have the stack now, and he should be back on the board.
Yeah, he's sort of quietly over the last minute completely taking control of the map. So credit to Zorak for keeping his composure. Coming back here, trying to tie it up, does it just like that. And back to base health, but he'll grab that red and be ready to roll.
Yep. And with this fight, I don't really see what Ballin was looking for there. It does go close, but I think it was a little careless from him.
I think he ended up, yeah, I mean, he's trying to turn on the aggression from time to time. He's trying to pick his spots. Zorak has just been waiting for him, I think. But yeah, landed on top of his head there, ate a rocket straight up the gut. That'll take him out, and Zorak back in the lead.
Going back and forth, and wow, I hardly believe that 7 minutes and 45 seconds have passed. It feels like we just got into this map. ZorakWar looking for the pincer, needed to hit it. Ballin4life. I think we're seeing a change of pace from him. Versus ZorakWar, he's adapting. He realized he was too passive versus Davis. It cost him quite dearly. And now we're seeing a different look, a different shade of Ballin, and one that I think is very welcome.
Yeah, and I think it helps too. I mean, sometimes just hitting shots, obviously it helps the damage math, but it also helps your confidence. And you saw him go nuts there with the pincer for a while. That's what it felt like Zorak was going to do this match in the first opening minutes, was just hitting everything, and then that flipped. And that goes a long way towards your confidence.
Big rockets coming out of the tally. ZorakWar committing.
Yeah, he decides to back off and take that red. I thought he might push him there. Would have been dangerous, though, pushing against the shaft, but he had him down to 50-something health. Has him down to 41 there, and finally gets the kill. Back up by 2.
Pretty pedestrian frag in the end, actually. ZorakWar just walks up there, rocket in hand, and it's very, very easy for him. Trying to punish the pincer pick up here. Chasing. Maybe we'll give up the red for it, though. Up the jump pad goes Ballin, who, with a cheeky rocket, a cheeky pincer, claws his way back into this game and this map's control.
Oh, and the close range pincer by Zorak hits 1, misses 2. He's trying to scramble to get away now and get to that armor. And now he's right back at it, and Ballin eats 1, eats 2. He goes down there with a play there by Ballin, really risking a lot there standing in there.
Do not challenge this man's pincer. He will punish you again and again and again. ZorakWar doing what he's known for. I'm going to say that.
And
I was saying all of that while he was... Yeah, he kind of threw it away. Oh well. Nobody's watching, it's fine.
Well, you still got a 2-frag lead. You're a minute away from golden frag territory. So Zorak not in the worst position here, but he's definitely going to be fighting against a pretty big stack by Ballin, and we know that he's not going to be baited into, I think, doing anything hasty here.
Very healthy indeed is our Ballin. Gonna get to this ready. The pincer on the way in, but I think that's the end of the interaction.
Yeah, and this is that scenario we talked about. Ballin's been doing a great job throughout the day of trying to slowly, meticulously take control of maps, but playing from behind is a whole different animal. Gets him down by the Mega, close range, rockets versus shaft, not able to land it. Oh, skewers him with that
war.
And it is now golden frag time for Zorak.
My boy's doing it. My boy with the pincer, so scary on Frontier. And well, he's showing us why.
Yeah, he was on fire through the map, missed a couple of shots towards the middle, and now it's just opening it right back up. Goes down to 29 HP. Smart play, bats into the health bubble, comes right back around the corner.
It was a really nice effort there from Ballin. He went quiet. He laid the trap. It looked decent, but ZorakWar just executes better.
440 more damage for Ballin there. Still comes up short. So, all right, we're going to move right into Skybreak here. Yeah, I mean, I'm very curious to see what Ballin does on this map. If he tries to switch anything up, I think this is one where you can maybe play a little bit more of that control game. If he can keep that high ground around that red and only challenge it when he needs to. We'll see how that plays out.
So this is ZorakWar's map pick. Ballin maybe regretting the Frontier pick. I feel it really does play into ZorakWar's strengths, but at the same time, if it's his favorite map, you sort of have to have that confidence and that bravado. We'll see how this one goes. Skybreak on board with ballin4life once again. One map down in this series. It's going to be an early meeting at the shaft. And both taking serious licks.
Yeah, Zorak getting the best of that, but Ballin does fall back to some armor. So ultimately, fairly easy, or fairly even, I should say, stacks between the two after that one.
Waiting on the blue, big direct, slow weeble out. Now shaft on shaft. Ballin, the one with the high ground, but is that really what he wants with this red coming up? They're both so low. Pincer is there. Ballin takes the maiden frag of the map.
Just enough there. Maybe a miscalculation by Zorak. I don't know if he thought he had like 72 or so health, but yeah, goes down in one shot. Ballin with the lead, and I think this is, I know it sounds silly to say, obviously you want the lead, but this is where Ballin's really at his best, is when he doesn't have to press, whenever he can just play the map. But just like that, Zorak makes him pay.
And that is the equalizer. They're just going to meet again at this shaft. There's something attracting them to it, surely.
Ooh, Ballin right there
with the better end.
That's maybe the most aggressive we've seen him all day off the spawn. Maybe trying to turn something around, try a different look here for Zorak.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a bit of a brawl, hasn't it?
Yeah, kind of surprising. Both of these are players that like to be very meticulous, like to just choose. They don't want to engage without an advantage, right? Oh, big ambush rocket right there. Chase. He does. Oh, he just misses that pincer shot. Wouldn't have got him a kill, I don't think, but would have had him down to 2 HP. Earns him a mega, gives up the red, but that's still an advantage here for Ballin.
Yeah, I like his position. Gets to drop down on his own terms. With a pincer there, that's a very, very nice sending off he's given ZorakWar. And a bit of a fending off, I believe, from this red. Should go to Ballin. No worries.
Yeah, I think he was like, you know what, let me take the 50-50 here was hoping that Zorak would go left and be right up in his face. Instead, Zorak runs away, but he gets an easy red, so no loss there. And complete maxed out stack now for Ballin. If ever he was going to turn on his opponent and be aggressive, now should be the time.
Yep. And I'm hoping he's learned from his mistakes versus Davis. It certainly looked that way on Frontier. We were seeing this different side of him. Giving up the red here, though. It's, I'm worried a little bit for Ballin, but he does make it happen.
Yeah, he had, I think, an 8 damage rocket in there. That was a bit unfortunate, but he stayed in there and he didn't push. He pushed just hard enough, like had the timing right for his pincer. I thought he was going to turn the corner and eat a ton of damage, but worked out for him. Now up 3-1.
ZorakWar getting aggressive with his pincer, switches to the rocket. 15 HP, all Ballin's got. They're both wounded. Both going to be able to stack up. Neither wanted to fully gamble there, which is very much in character.
Yeah, there's still tons of time, and that's the thing about an even game and a kind of a slower paced game like this. You still got 11 minutes on the clock, so no true sense of urgency for any of them to try to make any risky plays. But here we go, all in on the Shaft versus Shaft. Oh, the switch to rockets comes a little bit late. Ballin goes down.
It was strange as well. So Ballin very consciously picked the side of the map that he wanted. He sounded out where Zorak was, decided he wanted Mega and YA over Red. Generally a very smart decision, but the engagement doesn't go his way, and there's the conversion frag as well. ZorakWar about to make his mark on Skybreak.
And I think there's a minor gameplay advantage that ZorakWar has. We've seen him play when he's in control. We've seen him play very meticulously. He's also shown that when he wants to go toe-to-toe, make a chaotic, real brawl like you had talked about, I think that's an advantage for him. Oh, nice falling pincer shot right there, just really predicting his movement perfectly.
Puts himself in an awkward position there, though, where if he missed the pincer like he did, serious opportunity for Ballin, is going to be able to walk away and lick his wounds. And the play for the Mega could go either way at the moment, but I like the position of Ballin, and I think that pincer shot seals it.
Yeah, that was a great shot through that doorway. Getting used to those doors takes practice. I mean, opening them on purpose, letting your opponent shoot them open, and then you firing back through. There's a lot of mind games that can happen through those.
Brings me back to the days of Vertical Vengeance. What a map it is. What a map it was.
Ooh, the turnaround rocket by Zorak just comes up empty. He'll be on the run a little bit. Ballin's got a bigger stack, but can he force an engagement? Is he willing to force an engagement? Looks like he's perfectly happy, so Zorak letting him fall back to red. And he's going to try to get to that Mega. Did he get there first? Oh, he just does. Ooh, that was sketchy there for Zorak, but he does come away.
Phylum in the chat knows what's up. ZorakWar setting up for this red, but yeah, fairly passively. Sort of, he'll take it if he's given it, but he's not going to try and force the issue. Instead, he will now look for exit damage, and I think that's a very mature play from ZorakWar. This is someone that is weighing up a lot of options, including fairly creative ones, and his understanding of positioning, I think you can see here, is exemplary.
Yeah, I mean, if he can catch Ballin unawares, that said, I mean, he's waiting on this red. I guess he lost timing of it. I don't know if he's waiting for an ambush here. He's kind of got some downtime here where he hasn't really produced much for himself. He's finally scoops up yellow. But he's going to be a little bit behind the times here as far as his armor and health. Oh, but neutralize it beautifully there with a pincer shot.
Yeah, that is cheeky. And once again. One more for the fans? Ah, no opponent to shoot. ZorakWar going to take this Mega, undoubtedly. Jumping onto the shaft of Ballin. Has to escape and actually threw a telly. Slow Weeble's there to help out, but this is a dodgy position. And ZorakWar was lucky not to get pincered there.
Yeah, you saw him he checked the teleport. He kind of hesitated for a second. A little bit of indecision there. Ultimately gets away pretty much fine. Fairly good opportunity to try to escape, but this time Rocket's going to pin him to a corner. Down to 82, but Ballin took a good amount of damage there as well.
The value. Oh, ZorakWar, stop choking, please.
2
Oh,
HP.
he nearly had it.
All Ballin had to do was just... And there's a nice pincer to keep him on the run down to 28 HP. That armor is not going to get full value out of that, but 28 HP. And this is one, though, where Ballin... Oh, nice ambush. Has the shaft out down to 3 HP. Finally finishes him off. I was about to say this is a situation where you'd hate to see Ballin wait too long. Instead, finally does get the opportunity, takes it, and red.
ZorakWar was making wine out of water there. He had something like 80 HP, and with it he did about 200 damage, and then just couldn't finish him off with the shaft. And well, the frag goes the way of Ballin in the end. After all that wonderful work, I mean, that is damaging to your mentality, at least in my experience. When I give up an opportunity like that, he did all the hard work, he just couldn't close it out.
Yeah, and the funny thing is we're still 4-4, so we've got a couple minutes left in this one, and we're essentially back to square one.
Pretty much. Ballin, though, the one in the driver's seat, and here he is.
Interesting. So that one worked out really well for Ballin. Zorak, I guess, just tried to ambush him. He didn't have a stack advantage. Kind of surprised to see him take that big of a risk at this point in the match with a tie game.
Oh, ZorakWar. Almost. Making Ballin sweat for it. Through the telly he goes. Pretty brazen there. But now... Okay. Alright, ZorakWar does time that very well. Fair play.
Yeah, Ballin, though, going to end up stacking up on more armor. Gonna see who decides to make the move next, because, again, you're looking at, what, 90 seconds or so until golden frag time.
You certainly are. Oh, it's getting to that point in the past where you've watched so much Duel, it's just blending into itself. It's always an interesting time. Ballin, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna go aggressive? Just waits for his opponent to walk into his crosshair. Should collect this mega pretty easily, and ZorakWar is in a corner right now.
Yeah, base health, no armor. He couldn't really stand in there. We know his shaft, or excuse me, his pincer has been on fire today, but he couldn't even afford to trade shots there. That's why he had to give up after taking that initial damage. Ballin just completely stacked right now. So you hear those sounds, you hear the eggs bouncing around. Ballin trying to look for an angle here. Really would like to put this one away. If he gets a kill here, it'll put it right into golden frag territory.
Yeah, I mean, actually, the better play might be to leave ZorakWar weak and not kill him, so that when you have the golden frag, it's an easy one. And I think Ballin knows that. Didn't want to force the issue on red.
Yeah, he actually let the mega chill there for a minute to take a shot at red. Don't know if that'll affect the sequence there, or if Zorak knows that it got delayed a bit. But yeah, we were in golden frag time.
One frag needed. Ballin. Oh, the chop! ZorakWar, no!
Challenging the shot midair. Not gonna have a good time. So Ballin, 700 extra damage that round. Comes out on top.
Bioplant.
Is that a little bit of tilt we're seeing out of ZorakWar? That impatience there at the end? I don't know. Didn't look good to me.
Yeah, I think maybe he's just trying to calculate, you know, how do you play against Ballin? Some of his turns on him actually did work in the past, right? Like catching him off guard, but at the end, they're just not picking the spots, and especially that last frag. I think he'd like to have that one back. That might have been frustration and fatigue at that point, because diving into a shaft like that, I mean, you literally just stand there and hold left click and you win.
Pretty much, and Ballin is certainly capable of that. I mean, he's at the very worst a top 3 finisher in the Diabotical Duel Test Tournament, #1, North American style. I don't know. I'm worried for ZorakWar. He is my boy, but that is not how you want to end a map. I hope this minute that he gets, he can compose himself, come back stronger, and take Bioplant, which is going to be our next map.
I do think this is a map that can play into his play style more than Ballin, just from what we've seen from the two so far today.
Right, because although they're both quite defensive players, I would say, certainly ZorakWar is the more aggressive one, or at least has shown that style of himself.
I think he's more comfortable. If it gets to be a close range, chaotic, rockets flying around kind of battle, I think Zorak feels a little bit more comfortable just from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, I would agree. Looks like we are going to get into it. On board with ballin4life, it looks like. Jihad, don't you dare. He's going to go straight for this mega health, foregoing the blue, because he wants to take the fight with this shotgun, shooting at dick height. Ballin4life, shooting at the balls for life. He's really sticking around here. It's interesting.
Yeah, well, Zorak was kind of backed into a corner and it was just sort of hiding there. They both took a decent amount of damage. Neither one really had much of a stack left. And I think they were just waiting to see, would the other one turn the corner? Can I get an ambush? Can I get free damage? Nope. All right, let's back up and recompose ourselves. Ooh, there's the ambush with rockets.
It's very personal. Ballin, not the one with the item, and he's going to be left rummaging, scavenging whatever he can get his hands on. Meanwhile, ZorakWar has a lovely new, fresh ruby cuirass. That's the red armor for you plebes at home. Oh, I'm gonna...
Ooh, he took a little bit of damage from a distance. We saw last match, there was a lot of really nice prediction pincer shots across mid. There's so much crossfire, you can predict your opponent. Tons of free damage. Decent rocket there. Good ball in here. Still got 175 HP from that mega. Ooh, that backstep right there by Ballin. He turned the corner. Zorak was waiting for him with the rocket. Who knows what happens if you get bounced up into a corner. Hundreds of damage could come out. Hesitated, saw it, and backed out. Nothing fancy happened there, but that's what, it's not going to show up in the scoreboard, but that could have been a big backstep right there.
Yep, absolutely. Ballin gonna drop. Uses the slow weevil, not to great effect though. Now it takes the engagement. Rushing out of the corridor is Zorak.
They're both standing in there looking for a little bit more and got a little more damage off of it. You almost have to check your ego in those shaft versus shaft duels in mid here. You just have to go, do I really have more health and armor? Do I?
Well, and I think it's quite funny because neither of them are exceptional shaft players. Well, I mean, they're good, but, it's neither of them have we seen in this tournament have particularly relied on their shaft. It's a very situational weapon for them. So it's kind of funny that at the one moment they both decide to use it.
Yeah, surprised one of them didn't pull out pincer or rockets, because we've seen that spike damage be such a big part of it. Ballin now exactly where he wants to be as far as map control goes. Obviously doesn't want to be down 2, but this could be a big turnaround for him. Just a matter of, can he get those ambush shots on Zorak? There's one right there.
And that leaves ZorakWar in a sticky situation. He's going to try and escape. Got the plus back rocket.
Oh, interesting. Ballin going to sweep back around, grab blue, go up for mega. And Zorak might not be able to challenge this in time. Nope, they're just going to pincer it out on that side hall. Oh, Ballin jumps in, go down.
Yeah. ZorakWar's done well to stay alive here.
Yeah, we're just seeing stick and move right now by Ballin. He hasn't wanted to commit too much. He's like, get a couple hits, back off, soak up some resources. He's got plenty of time on the clock, even pulling out machine gun. Actually did a little bit of damage while trying to open that door, I think.
That pincer is absolutely huge for him. That's why he might be able to fight for this mega, but the dodge on the diagonal hits the damage afterwards. That's a saving grace, but that wasn't how ZorakWar wanted things to go. Still, he's going to try and make the most of it. He's got position on the red, and ballin4life nowhere to be seen.
Ooh, he's looking for an ambush on the rocket launcher. Got a little bit of damage. Yeah, this is a scenario now where ballin kind of give up a bit of control there and not getting a whole bunch of damage in return. So we'll see what he decides to do. Mega's up. He's got 100 armor. He's going to maybe wait for him to try to leave the area. I'm not sure. Not sure what ballin was expecting there. Got a free grab of red while Mega was up, but Zorak grabbed that. So both players pretty stacked at this point.
Certainly are. Two strong, well-fed gladiators going at it right now. ZorakWar through the smoke has to make a difficult decision. He is going to drop onto one rocket, though. The second as well. His shaft holds strong. Girthy shaft there. And he will take his third frag of the map.
It's the motion of the ocean, man. And he ate 180 damage in rockets, but had just enough tracking there to survive. That was a pretty risky play by Zorak, but of course he came out on top, so he looks like a genius.
That's it. Just calculated it to perfection. CZM would be proud.
Oh, nice. Little touch damage there with the shaft. There's so many ways you can just get a little bit of damage as your opponent crosses those in mid. I love seeing people predict that. Oh, the turnaround in mid-air. Oh,
ballin getting cheeky with it.
I totally understand him taking that shot, but if you can't survive retaliation, you've got to think otherwise.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for him, but well, there's something I like to call multi-life economy in arena FPS games, and that's the concept of you get 100 odd health every time you spawn. You can throw that at your opponent, and hey, you're not looking to go one frag for good, but you're looking over time to work them down, and that's exactly what ballin's done. If he didn't get that damage before, he wouldn't have been able to get it on this life, and now he has an opportunity to take some control of his own.
Yeah, looking for the bait, looking for the chase. Zorak expecting him to go that typical kind of backside 50 health and blue armor route. Instead, circles back around. I actually think that Wee Ball might have been a tell. I think that might have given ballin an easier read there.
Yeah, there's a real chance.
Oh, nice. Rails just peeking at each other. But that's what we talked about. If you can see your opponent to rail them, they can rail you right back. All right, so we're at the 7-minute mark. Ballin here has fought his way back into pretty decent control. So the question now, what can he do with it? You know, he likes to run this map. He likes to control everything. But he's got to hit those ambushes. He's got to find a way to get around behind his opponent and a shot to the back with that pincer. It's a good start. Ooh, and almost another catching him peeking.
Yep, just got to run him down at this point, but ZorakWar is going to make that difficult and punish him. If he ever oversteps his mark, ballin will be taking the Mega. Might be opportunity for ZorakWar on the red here, though. I have my eye firmly stuck in the top left-hand side of our screen, and yeah, indeed, he does get the red. So the stack's rather close, and ZorakWar's going to be the one to draw first blood.
Yeah, that pincer shot really helped even it out. Oh, Zorak jumps right over a rocket there. That could have been costly. But trades some damage. Ballin still with a bit of an advantage here. He can push him off of that red. Not even going to have to. He's going to grab it and rocket jump right over to try to ambush him at the Mega. Nice use of the Weeball there. Does 5 damage. But more importantly, scares him away. Gets a free grab of both major pickups now.
The rockets were damn fine from ZorakWar, and ballin4life has to second guess himself. He's gonna get this red.
It's a scary moment. He was heading down to red. He heard Zorak bouncing around. He goes, am I gonna get ambushed down here? Let me go for it anyway. Worked out for him, but
it's a crucial shot for ballin to hit.
5 damage rocket. Zorak a little bit lucky there. He tried to sneak underneath him. Ballin saw him at the corner of his eye, threw a rocket down, and just got a little bit of damage. This is a bad situation for Zorak to be in, down to 41 HP, but Ballin down to 56, able to grab that red. Is anyone going to turn on their opponent right now? Are they going to try to heal back up? There's a little bit of a push by Ballin, but ooh, risky move. Zorak now evens his health back up, and he can be aggressive if he wants to. I can't believe he got away from that.
Yeah, there's a bit of much ado about nothing there. Neither finding that mark. ZorakWar going to be on the Mega, but he eats the Pinstra as well, so that's sort of nullified. It's going to be the red for ballin4life, and you should, for this next rotation, feel quite confident, and really, this map is his oyster.
Oh, he had that rail, that enter shot lined up perfectly. Bubble's coming out, but I think that's what Ballin wants. He's okay with slowing this down right now and just continuing to take map control, but at some point, you got to look at that clock. He's not going to run out of time per se, but he needs to make something happen while he's got such a big stack. Ooh, and Zorak snagging the Mega there. That could be a problem, but instead, Ballin comes out alive there. Up close rockets, that's the scenario where we said Zorak was probably going to feel a little bit more comfortable, but Ballin proving us wrong right there, winning that close range rocket battle.
Yeah, and well, it's very understandable. This late into a tournament, we may start to see more slip-ups. The players are going to get tired, and you know, we're comparing in our minds each player's A game, but now we might be seeing their B games next to each other. Maybe ZorakWar falls off a little bit more, whereas Ballin just has that fortitude at this point, because they have been going for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like anything else. When you practice it, when you're exhausted, you fall back on your instincts that you've practiced, basically. So sometimes you're making reactions without really thinking. It's all a matter of what you've been practicing. You have good habits.
And Ballin currently making...
Ooh.
It's interesting. Golden Frag is called for Zorak, but it feels so scary for him right now.
Yeah, Ballin right now is absolutely in control. Looking for one kill. It's one of those, when you got a 2 frag difference and you get Golden Frag, it's practically tied up, and there it is. 1 frag game, and control still in Ballin's hands.
Yeah, the ball is in his court, gonna hit the Pinstra, and that's all he needs to do right now is hold his match the damage point for point. And here he comes, Golden Frag. And ZorakWar's just gonna go for it. He's run out of patience.
Wow. Maybe just whittling down the mental fortitude there. That almost looked like Skybreak, where Zorak dove right at him, went straight into the shaft, no real advantage. Maybe he thought he was weaker than he was. He had red armor right behind him, could have fallen back onto that, lived to fight another day. Instead, goes for broke. Turns out in Ballin's favor.
It certainly does. ZorakWar letting himself down both at the end of Skybreak and of Bioplan. It was on the first map, Frontier, where he looked his best, ironically. Casper now, and the pressure is on.
Yeah, I mean, remember, this is lower bracket, so this is elimination time. Winner gets a chance to go to the grand finals. Remember, in the grand final, this one, upper seed still gets that first map pick, but you don't have to worry about beating them twice or anything crazy like that. So it's actually a pretty good opportunity for whoever can take this one.
2, 1.
And $100 the difference between third place and second place in this tournament. So certainly worth playing for. ballin4life, he's going to get the red spawn, and classic Casper jump pad, always bumping your head there.
Yeah, Zorak's rolling around now, got that Mega. Both players pretty well equipped on weapons. At this level of play, both players at the beginning of a duel are going to get equipped pretty well. In position for red now as well, and pretty much unopposed, kind of surprised.
Yeah, this is a bit of a quiet start. Zorak, though, with the superior stack. See if he can make use of it.
Grenade ricochet damage. I think that's the first, first shot like that I've seen. So playing a little bit of wipeout here. So yeah, Zorak here completely and utterly stacked. But this is a map where you can put you can break line of sight from your opponent a lot. So he's going to have to maybe be sneaky and look for an ambush here instead of trying to just hunt him down. Oh, instead, ambush here by Ballin. Shaft versus Shaft, and Ballin turns away Zorak there. He's going to go scoop up the Mega, but got to be a minor victory there for Ballin. He could have been in tough shape, but instead, turns him away.
Beginning of this engagement, though, looking decent for ZorakWar. He's going to take his little bit of damage and move away, likely setting up for this red armor. No, coming up for the blue. Pincer meets Pincer. Now Shaft meets Shaft. Slow Weebles there.
Oh, and Zorak
That's beautiful
there,
stuff
I think,
from Zorak.
Yeah, kind of baited him into thinking, hey, remember that time you beat me Shaft versus Shaft? Well, surprise, Pincer.
And he does it again. ZorakWar back at it with the new shoes. And seeing a bit of rejuvenation in his play.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might be playing angry right now. Oh, that was definitely an angry Pincer around the corner. 85 damage. That's going to send Ballin scrambling now. It's down to 28 HP for a second. Zorak, you can almost
desperately
feel him
trying to
just
find him.
listening. Yeah, just trying to hear him make noise. Ballin's been pretty good about that, about crouch walking, being very quiet when he needs to be, buying himself time. Oh, and there's some more grenades. Got to be careful about that.
Dodging them very deftly, though.
Oh, yeah, it kind of becomes a shmup at times. And Zorak. Oh, nice ambush there on the stairs, trading pincer shots. Both players taking pretty decent damage. Oh, Zorak with the follow-up. Oh, the shaft to pincer there was brutal, and that's going to send Ballin again on the run. 26 HP, I think the same amount he had last time.
Pretty much. Ballin just against the ropes on Casper so far. ZorakWar hasn't really put a foot wrong, and, well, okay, I've cursed him. I have cursed him very hard, because that was abysmal. Oh, don't do it, ZorakWar.
Oh,
thank
the defensive pincer. I thought Zorak was going to drop down and eat a shotgun or something. Finished him off. That was dicey for both of them. So we're looking at Zorak right now. He's got the low ground, and not a bad move having Shaft out when you've got the low ground. You can get that consistent damage. Does back up to Mega, so really just pushed him off enough. Oh, nice ambush with the pincer. And looking for it up top, almost ate a rocket, eats one from below. God, that pincer shot by Ballin, that could be huge. And turns back around, he eats 100 damage rocket. Oh, there's another and another. This player's just damaging each other.
Is he committing too much?
You know, oh, that 50 HP is so important on this map. Zorak right back up to 100. Ballin still 36 HP. And that's going to really preclude him from challenging that Mega. He's got to be careful. Yeah, bit of a misplay, I think, by Ballin there. Wasn't quite sure where he wanted to go to try to stack back up on health. Really couldn't challenge that very effectively.
ZorakWar going from strength to strength, pincer to pincer. 5 to the good now, and we haven't really seen Ballin make a dent in ZorakWar yet.
Yeah,
his Egbot's looking pristine.
It's been basically a couple of key shots there, but no real engagements that he's won. Hasn't been able to control much. Zorak doing just exactly what he wants to do here, but he's still got some time on the clock. So it's like, will Zorak just continue to run the map? Will he decide? Will it be a little bit more passive? Will that allow an opening for Ballin? We'll see. Oh, I like that jump through the teleport, but does eat some shaft.
Being on that slope really did a number on ZorakWar. The slope physics in this game are a little bit strange, and absolutely would have been throwing off his shaft.
Yeah, we're pretty much dead even in stack now. Now we do have red going, 100 armor for each one. So red went to Zorak there. He's up to 140. 100 armor for Ballin. He's going to be looking for the ambush at that blue area. Shaft versus Shaft again. Last time we saw this, Zorak pulled out the pincer. This time Ballin answers back and gets himself on the board finally, almost 6 minutes into this one. Ooh, so the question
looking
here,
like he wants.
Yeah, the big push there by Zorak. I was like, get control off of that. Zorak went in, somehow got away. Oh, eats another rocket. I think Zorak's going to have to retreat a bit. Now, can ballin chase him down?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure about that play from ZorakWar.
Oh, that rocket just barely cased on the edge there. He's throwing rockets right at him, and Zorak, credit him, using the high ground to dodge. Takes 0 damage from rockets that were aimed right at his grill. Ballin in complete control, but is he willing to take that risk? When is he going to make his move? That's the question.
When indeed, he's going to have to get his skates on. 3 minutes remaining. Potentially. And ZorakWar, with 200 armor, is going to be pretty hard to knock down.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
there's a nice
start.
pincer shot right there. Ballin had a much greater advantage, what, a minute and a half ago, and just has to pick his spots here, but by the same token, you know, at some point, you have to force your opponent into a mistake sometimes. Advantage here, since he doesn't have his back to the red, he actually could see it spawning, but instead he's going to back up. Falls down to Mega, probably a solid play, especially if he can soak up a blue right after this. Oh, Zorak knew that idea. Oh, and this, the close range pincer makes him pay, Ballin down to 95 HP. Does he dare take that jump pad? Is Zorak waiting for that, or is he going to head over to red?
He's going to try and show up for the red, but ZorakWar is here. The rockets off their mark, but through the telly, surely with the shaft. ZorakWar, oh, it's close, but he does make it happen.
He's been getting away with single-digit multiple times in this matchup. Yes, some people call it brilliant timing, perfect math calculus, but man, if you're balling, you got to be a little bit discouraged by that, because you know you did a ton of damage with that final rocket.
Absolutely. ZorakWar doing something with the timing there on the red. Eats a rocket on the exit, though, and shaft, pincer, it's all there. Ballin, making plays happen and giving himself a shot back into this map.
Yeah, I mean, he shot his way right back. That's light damage, going to give him... Oh, the shot just missing. Ballin's been putting himself in great position, but 12 damage rocket, missed pincer shot. Sometimes the shots just don't hit. And blue for Zorak. That means he's going to be in really good shape here. 30 seconds until golden frag opportunity, so he can just whittle him down if he wants. He can be as aggressive or as passive, really, as he chooses to be here. Rocket shooting by. Nobody doing major damage, fighting over that little cabana area. And I think Zorak looking up at the clock and saying, you know what, for 5 seconds, I'll wait for golden frag. And then I'll re-engage on my own terms. Shaft to shaft, you see me in with somebody switching to rockets or pincer. They're going to stick with it. Zorak on the run. Is Ballin going to peek?
Yeah.
He does.
ZorakWar has the 50 and the red. And that's the difference maker right there. Hits the pincer. We go to map 5.
400 damage more for Ballin again. And Zorak with the win, 7-1.
So we go to Perilous.
Perilous.
You couldn't hear it, but Jahar gave me a oh yay. He's very happy about this map number 5. He can't wait. And I hope everybody in the chat is just as excited.
I'm actually really intrigued by this one. I think these are both players that are going to want to try to hold that high ground. You may see them rocket jump up to each other. If one takes Mega and one takes red, they may rocket jump and just smack into each other in midair over that top area.
Yeah, we'll have to see at this point. I mean, it's anybody's game. It's a best of 5. It goes to map 5. A winner will go on to face Davis in the grand finals. A loser will walk away with somewhere in the region of $300, something like that.
In 3, 2,
So not a bad day at the office for either.
fight.
And here we are on board with ballin4life, as we always seem to be. He's going to pick up this rocket. The red come down for the pincer and probably have a cheeky look at YA while he's at it. It's already taken.
Yeah, what we saw from him earlier in the day, he would just planted a flag in that red armor and just played from that room like it was a home base. We'll see if he does something similar this game. Zorak certainly has the control to challenge that anytime he wants. Ooh. Missing the pincer, but does fall back to yellow, so still putting himself in pretty decent shape. But Zorak right now is even more stacked. There's a fight up top. I think we'll see a couple of those this game.
That certainly could be the case for Rizzatelli here. He comes, not doing a great deal of damage at ZorakWar, but he's on the Mega, and he finishes well.
I mean, I think that was a calculated move, right? He was saying, even if we trade damage... Oh, but meanwhile... Oh, and he was falling, looking for that pincer. And I think he was that weak, right? Because Zorak was able to trade damage with him with the shaft, fall into the Mega, trade more damage, and ultimately come away a little bit healthier. So, all right, that small little blue room, Zorak, kind of dangerous to sit around in that one, but no challenge there, no rockets being thrown down there. So Zorak kind of, I don't know, just picking up armors at the market right now. Not a whole lot of challenge from Ballin.
Yeah, and I think momentum could be crucial here. I mean, you're at the end of such a long series. How much fight are you going to have left in you if someone is up 4, 5 frags, all of this stack? I'm liking ZorakWar's chances right now. And up top, pincers off. But...
that's probably the easiest shot he's going to have all game.
Just forcing the issue now is ZorakWar going in. Doesn't want his opponent to get away. Unfortunately, he does, but I think we're seeing a slightly different ZorakWar now.
Yeah, well, 33, 21 HP. It'll be interesting to see based on these players' styles. Yeah, I think they're both going to back up instead of going for a cutoff. Zorak does get up to 83 and 100 pretty quickly. But of course, Ballin there with that Mega. They basically traded power-ups there, right? You got red for Zorak, Mega for Ballin.
ZorakWar coming up close. He will take it, and it's by the narrowest of margins, but he wins, and his reward is, I mean, sort of, it's not at all in proportion with what he did. He walks away with everything. Fraggers, well, the rotation just lines up for him perfectly.
Yeah, you feel like momentum you were talking about completely in Zorak's favor right now. 3-0 lead, still tons of time on the clock, but at this point, you know, you gotta wonder, like, how tired is Ballin? How susceptible are you to just sort of giving up mentally at this point? You hope not to see it though. So he's someone who's also fought back to a lot of adversity in this tournament. So would not be surprised to see anything happen at this point.
And given that he's an arena FPS player, he's fought through a lot of adversity in general in life because he's got a cursed hobby, as we all do. Arena FPS, slowly sucking the life away from us.
All right, so yellow does go to Ballin, so Zorak's going to be looking good with the red. And yeah, what is Ballin going to do to try to control that red? That's probably my biggest question. Oh, he's getting pinned in the corner. I think Zorak's found a bit of an advantage here with these shaft battles.
Oh!
I think it really... Oh, the turnaround. I think Ballin surprised him
me
there.
Heart attack.
Still got the most of them. Up 5-0. Burning that clock as well.
Oh, this is, I don't know, it's kind of undeserving. I love ZorakWar, but he just keeps getting so many items off of really scrappy wins, and it just so happens that the timing is perfect for him. ballin4life finally does have a little bit of a stack under him, but ZorakWar's that much bigger, has the positioning as well, and I feel like Ballin has to run for a little while at least.
Yeah, I mean, you got that yellow. Ooh, nice rocket right there. That'll go a long way. And another one, Zorak trying to be aggressive. I think Zorak thinks if he can just get that shaft, get in a shaft versus shaft battle, he's going to win. Ballin not giving him that opportunity by keeping that high ground and then pushing that distance. And just like that, complete turnaround.
Yeah, Yeah, the one surprise rocket, the pincer after, apparently was what the doctor ordered. If that doctor was weirdly hell-bent on killing ZorakWar, which, I don't know, American medical service is pretty dodgy, so I've heard. Could be the case.
You can get
Ballin
doctorates
now
in a lot
has
of
all the
different
snack
fields.
in the world. That's true. That's very true.
All right, so Mega goes to Ballin. You see him jump up top. We've seen him do that earlier in the day. He loves to make that route his own. Now, he can stay on top of this stack. He can really make life scary here for Zorak in these last few minutes. Both players, I think, just listening, just trying to hear their opponents before pouncing. There's Zorak getting in his face. Rockets versus Shaft. Two big rockets erases him.
Boy.
Oh, man.
That's my boy. 6-0 ZorakWar.
That was a scary play by Zorak, but he surprised him. He got 2 rockets almost for free. Dove in versus Shaft. Got it to work. And like you say, not only going up +1 frag, but also taking time off the clock. Oh, and the rocket jump across red. I think he's feeling a little bit spicy right now. Never mind, he's going to back up and grab that red. Probably the smart play there.
Yeah, he's shown noble restraint where a lot of other people would just keep chasing. I know I would. He's now going to rocket jump up. A big hit to begin things. The shaft to finish. And, oh, going to get a 25 before the Mega. Another 25 too. Nice. Is it greedy though?
Maximize his health. Yeah, it was definitely greedy, but I think he knew. And that's, that's going to give a red to Ballin, which is going to give him the ability to fight back into it, but it does maximize that health for Zorak.
Ballin, your tournament's about to be over, my friend, if you can't pull something together. 7 frags down, and this, the final map, up close and personal we go. Dropping down is ZorakWar. Shaft, decent Ballin, but not quite lethal. Now, with the rocket, I think he's got it. He does indeed. Mega health was there, needed it too. ZorakWar immediately, though, with the red, higher stack. And Ballin still has to fight for his life.
Yellow now. He knows he's going to get ambushed. Only a 5 damage rocket, but does follow it up with that pincer. Bit unfortunate. He had that rocket just in the right place, just slightly mistimed it. Oh, Shaft versus Shaft. I think Zorak's finding that to be an advantage in this matchup. When he can go Shaft, I feel like he thinks he's going to win. Ballin apparently thinks the same thing, because time and time again, when they've gone into that situation, he's pulled out the pincer or the rocket launcher, gone all in on that, and missed, and that has cost him those engagements. Oh, big rocket by Zorak. So you're looking at 10 seconds until golden frag territory. Ballin4life is in trouble. 2 HP. And this could be it right here. One more shot on him. Zorak trying to end it with the pincer. Wow.
Oh no. Calamity. Oh, dear Lord, Ballin4life. Can you do this? Can you make the comeback happen? It's going to be so hard. ZorakWar has the red. He's going to have the blue as well. Rocket in hand. Softly,
So I think
softly, catchy monkey.
The biggest thing that Ballin gained out of that fight was hope. I think it was over in everyone's mind. Might have been over in his mind. Somehow comes away with that, and now he's playing with house money. He's got nothing to lose at this point. He's just trying to be legendary. Couple of rockets
He's just
out.
in there. He's just in there. That's
Just
my boy.
there.